Defeat for your side today, Luke. What are your thoughts?
The goal against, I'll have to watch that again, just so frustrating. The manner in which we have a set piece again and they counter against us and win a penalty with a pen or not a pen. I haven't seen the footage, so I can't comment, but there's so much that you can prevent prior to that even coming into the equation, so very frustrating.
Losing to a penalty does make it more frustrating, but for large parts of the game your team looked very dominant. I
thought they had a spell after the half, especially bringing on Keds and changing Rance for Payne, but then I thought we got accustomed to it. I felt that we dealt with it, and then like you said, we got on top. We had a couple of half chances. Ashmore pulled off 2 or 3 saves. Blair probably could have worked his feet and scored a goal, but again, we're sitting here with another loss to our name.
What was your view on the penalty decision?
Again, I can't comment. I haven't seen the footage. I've tried to find it, but at the minute I can't find it. But not many of us got round the ref, which would suggest that he made the right decision. But until I see it, I can't comment.
Murta and Rico in the centre were very dominant today. They seemed to win every ball and they never seemed to lose it.
Yeah, no, they did. They had a good game. Rico obviously come off with a slight niggle, but he leaves everything out there, as does Kieran. I just think final third today let us down. I felt that our quality in the final third weren't good enough. I felt that some of our end product wasn't good enough. Kane gets into great areas and at times doesn't put the ball in the box, so it's a little bit frustrating, but the bottom line is we've lost a game of football and that's the second one on the bounce now, and we've got to go to Gateshead and get a result. If we want to progress and want to kick on, there's something that we need to do on Saturday.
He may have given away the penalty, but it was another very strong performance from Dean Wells.
Yeah, Wellesley played at a level above for the last 3 years. He's played 100 odd games in league football, so I know what Wellesley offers up. He's a leader. He talks, communicates the whole way through. But again, it's just so frustrating. It's not even the Wellesley. It's when you're organising on the edge of the box and telling people to lock on, and they make the first contact, then the second contact, then the third one's in our 18-yard box. It ain't good enough. And you work all week on them and try and nullify what they do. And I felt that you see the manner in which they go about their business with the counter, and I think the first half they had a couple of bits of joy but never really hurt Grant, and then they're going to get the pen in the 76th, 77th minute. So yeah, annoying, frustrating. And have we done enough to win a game of football? We've worked Ashmore to an extent. Has he had to pull off a worldie? Probably not. Blair's probably unfortunate inside the 6-yard box where it's just come 2 yards to his right hand shoulder, but again, it's about both boxes, and if we ain't defending ours and not attacking theirs with an intent, then you're gonna lose games.
Dan Holman made his debut today, and he certainly showed in spells the quality he's got.
No, he's got great quality. He's obviously getting accustomed to what we do in terms of what we try and work, how we try and play, and I think he will be better and get better. But he's an asset at this level, and I'm hoping that he can improve what we're doing in front of goal, because it's been good. It's been good. 20 goals in 12 games is a great return, but I think our issue at the minute, we need to start trying to get some noughts on the board, especially against us, because 16 goals in 12 games ain't what I'm about and how we set up our team. So that's something that we need to address in the next few days leading up to the Gateshead game.
Holman did have the ball in the net at one point, but it was the fine margins that saw it called offside.
Yeah, again, the ref went up early, so it wasn't even for me a decision. I think that he was off when Blair put it just wide of the mark. But again, if it falls for you, brilliant, but on this occasion it didn't.
You're in the opposite dugout to Darryl, someone you obviously know very well. What were your thoughts on his team?
Yeah, well drilled, organised. He made 2 changes at half time. I thought Kedwell come on and he worked harder, put a little bit more of a presence up top in terms of battering ram. He went and got on to seconds and was a target, and I felt that we didn't get to grips with him early on. I'm not saying he changed the game in any way, shape or form, but I think that he was more of a target man, he was more of a presence, and I felt that our back three could have probably marshalled him a bit better than what we did. But no, Macca's got a good team there, got a very good team. You see the boys that he's got in the stand, let alone in the 16, but for me it's about what we do. I enjoyed playing up against him today and seeing what his side has to offer, but I don't think there was much in it, and he's fortunate enough to win a game of football off the back of the pen.
We've got another week to work on things before Gateshead, but how important could the return of Angelo Balanta be?
Yeah, no, I think I think he's massive to this club in terms of what he offers up, especially in possession. He works hard. He's been a breath of fresh air since he got here start of last year, and I think that he's probably had his strongest start with us because he's had a pre-season where he's gone from the start and he's got a baseline fitness. Now he's been out the last 2-3 weeks and we're nursing him back. I'm hopeful that he can be back for Saturday, and if he is, then he will bring an added quality whether he starts or can come off the bench. But for me, he's been a breath of fresh air. He's a lovely lad, and he's also doing the work alongside the Base Academy. So Angelo's a much loved character at the club.